Hello everybody, it's here to you, and welcome to SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So, today we'll be demonstrating a couple of glitches that I've found in this game, one of which is widely documented, the other one not so much, it's not from what I can find. So, what we're going to be doing first is, we're going to be going to the Spongeball form. If you want to know the exact level that I'm in, we're in the second level, downtown Bikini Bottom. So you want to jump up here, it can be a little bit hard to do in Spongeball form. We'll jump up here, up and there. And what we basically want to do is that you want to go into the bus stop while rolling. So, let's see if this will work. If you do that, then Sandy will spawn in at a funny angle, and the camera will be at a weird angle too. This is happening because when SpongeBall was rolling around, Sandy spawns in at the exact same angle that the Spongeball was when he disappeared. So there's some funny things that can happen with this glitch, which I will be demonstrating in a moment. But I just want to wander around like this for a moment, because this really reminds me of the last level of the Toy Story 2 video game, and I always thought that had a great camera angle. But there are some pretty funny things that you can do with this glitch, which I'll be happy to demonstrate. Now, there's not a whole lot of game-breaking stuff that can happen with this glitch, but it is worth mentioning that if you get sick of being stuck in the magical land of tilted camera angle and you want to go back to normal, just go to the bus stop and switch back to SpongeBob. I apologize if you hear background noise, that was the DV because I have it a little louder than usual. The downside, though, is that it seems like the Spongeball disappears. I don't remember that being... Well, never mind. I guess just the model disappears, but you can still bump into it, so we can do it anyway. Yay! As we do this glitch again, it's worth mentioning that I'm playing this game on the Nintendo Switch version, so I don't know if this is a console-exclusive glitch, or if this can also be found on PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know off the top of my head. I've heard that the glitches are found in pretty much every version of this game. There's not like one definitively broken version of the game out there. SpongeBob's face. It's just that the development of this game was kind of rushed because they wanted it to come out alongside the second movie, which ended up getting delayed till next year. So if that happens right there, if we're able to do it just right, one thing that I like doing is I like trying to have the ball appear as close to the camera as possible. I haven't been able to get... Oh! I haven't seen this, where... I haven't seen it where it's glitched with SpongeBob 2. I haven't seen this camera angle. Oh, right, there we go. It's kind of like the exact opposite I was looking for, because when I had it happen before, it was facing the other direction. But yeah, now we're basically playing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom in portrait mode. If you talk to an NPC while you're stuck like this, assuming we can talk to you, Gary. If you talk to an NPC like this, then Sandy will go back to normal, but the camera will still be on the side. So that's pretty amusing. I don't know if this is possible anywhere else in the game. I imagine it is so, but this is probably one of the more easily accessible ones to do this in. So before we end off this video, there is one more glitch that I'd like to do. This one is widely documented, but I just pulled it off the first time today, so I thought it would be fun to try. So this next glitch is called the infinite lasso glitch. Basically how this works is that if you pull up the ledge at the same time that this animation happens, it's a little bit hard to do, so it might take some fancy editing magic to pull it off. Right, so if you're able to pull it off like this, then you'll have Sandy float around infinitely. Now, I know that there's a way you can cancel out of this, but I don't know exactly how to do it off the top of my head. So what happens is, basically the game thinks that you're still on the ground, but because the lasso animation started, there's another layer of code that basically thinks that you're in the air. So the game doesn't know what to do anymore. So I recommend that you don't press the A button until you're confidently sure that you're satisfied exploring the level at this ground floor level thing. So yeah, we can do this. We definitely want to be careful though, because you're going to want to instinctively press the A button, and if you do that, you'll be floating indefinitely. So you definitely don't want to do that until you're satisfied with how much you've explored. I'd like to go over here and use this, because doing that will change the effect of the lasso, so it won't be spinning anymore, I'll just do that instead. But the game still thinks that we're on the ground level and also flying, which is pretty amusing. And using this glitch, I believe if you get high enough, you can also get out of the bounds of the level. I don't know how to do this off the top of my head, but it looks like we're still flying anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a problem. Again, I know there's a way you can cancel out of this, I just don't know off the top of my head, so I'll have a caption somewhere in the video to explain how to do that. Well, never mind then. Although I am noticing that the lasso sound effect is still going, so that's a little unusual. And now for the pièce de résistance. We'll push the A button in 3, 2, 1, lift off! Yay, we're flying, we're flying, we're flying high in the sky! So now we basically become boundary break, and we can see an overview layout of the level and things like that. It's really funny because when you're in the actual level itself, you're fully immersed into the world, but then as soon as you start seeing any camera angles you're not supposed to see, the illusion is completely ruined. It's a little amusing. So, yeah, we can basically see how far the road actually goes that way. It's a little weird that they actually have it go that way because you're not really supposed to see it going any further than that anyway. And we can also see how far that part of the road goes as well. So that's pretty amusing. We can see the edges of the skybox up here as well. Like, we can even see the seam of the skybox model, which is pretty amusing as well. Unfortunately, there's no way we can go back down if we go into this mode. Now, to get out of this, so what we want to do is that you want to push the plus button, and then you're going to want to reload your game. But I'm going to go further and further up to see how high I can go. Now, I definitely do not want to go too high because I'm concerned that if I do that, then it's going to, like, crash my game and mess up my Switch and everything will catch on fire, which is definitely not something I don't want to happen. Now, there's not much you can do when you're here. Now, you can do the kicking animation, and that's pretty much it. Now, I'm going to try my best to explain how this is working on a technical level. I don't know all the variables about how they program the jumping in this game, so this is purely speculation on my part, based off my programming knowledge. So basically what I imagine is happening is that because you climb up on the ledge and in the middle of that animation you pull off the lasso maneuver, the game is thinking that you're supposed to be in the air because the lasso is out, but you're on ground level, so you're still moving on the ground. So it kind of keeps you on that layer of the y-axis. The y-axis is what moves you up and down. So what I imagine is happening here is that because we push the jump button again, the code doesn't register that you're supposed to fall down now because the game thinks that you're already on ground level, so it's moving you upwards because there's nothing telling it to go back down. Now again, this is just purely speculation on my part. I've been programming for a little while, so at least I'd like to at least think I know what I'm talking about a little bit. But yeah, this is basically just my personal theory on this. There might be something completely obvious that I'm missing about this, which explains it a bit better. But this is just my personal speculation on the matter. And we've now left the skybox. So, yeah, this is kind of creepy. Basically how this works on a technical level is that when you're making a 3D world like this, you have a dome that acts as the skybox. That's what that giant blue and green thing is in the background. That's supposed to represent the sky in the background. But you're not usually supposed to be able to leave this, but we did, so yay, we're breaking the game. So I think this is the limit for how far I want to go in this video. We've been going for a few minutes already, and I'm getting a little concerned because my Switch is making a lot more noise than usual. So we'll reload the game and head back to downtown Bikini Bottom. Yay, now we're flying in portrait mode! This is such a fun glitch. So I think this is probably going to be a good place to call quits for this video, so thank you all so much for watching. I don't know what to promote alongside this video because I don't really do a whole lot of glitches, but I'm sure I'll figure out something by the time I make the end screen. So thank you all so much for watching today's video, and next time, later gear to you. Oh yeah.